Now, when I first went to levee camp, I wasn't but 12 years old. When I first went in the levee camp.
Mr. Beach, he had a large camp.
Yeah, I was, and Brown, the man that I worked for, the man that I made pay off, he lived at Bulger's Swamp, out from Rosedale. And everybody paid off. They were supposed to pay off. And he was giving doodling books, like stamp books today. You couldn't buy nothing nowhere but out of his commissary with them books. Well, I wasn't but 13 years old then, and Steve Daniel and his wife, they run a kitchen. They had a wife, a girl named Gertrude. They married us off. I'm 13 and she 12. And we stayed in the camp. I wore lace boots and butt leg pants. I had a 41 roadside coat about that long, when I put it on my side, it come to my knees. And I used to go hunting with Mr. Brown with a shotgun. And I was a pretty good marksman. And everybody paid off but him. That Monday morning, wasn't none of us going out. Wasn't nobody going out, you know. That's what they had said Sunday. They give us a drag, give us some doodling books.
What does a drag mean?
Well, that was an off day. So you worked every day. So you had a Sunday off, a Saturday evening, and a Sunday off. That was payday. But other days you worked all them days. See? And so they said they wasn't going out. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And
a whole lot of them didn't pay off at all tall. It keeps called a drag. You lose something just to get on with.
Just give you a doodling book, and they would play pity pat and shoot dice for them doodling books. Yeah. And I had my pistol. And Gertrude asked me that morning. Now Mr. Brown was the man. He would whoop you if you stand, and he would shoot you if you run. And I didn't think he was no better than me. I didn't believe he could beat me shooting. They called me baby boy. I was the youngest of them in the camp. That Monday morning, everybody getting up done knocked at 3:30. They go catch the mules and harness them up, and then you go to the kitchen and eat, and you go to the pit, and you find your wheeler, and you sit there till it got light enough for the man breaking out the Johnson bar to see how to load it. The Johnson bar was what they locked down when they load the wheeler. That Monday morning, Gertrude said, honey, I said, huh? She said, I wasn't nothing but a boy. She said, you going out? I said, no, I ain't going. I said, the day is supposed to be payday. Mr. Brown didn't go out early like he had been doing. He was out there, and I walked out with my boots and pants on just like he had on a brown suede coat. He said, baby boy, he said, what was wrong? How come you didn't catch Ada, Emma, and Martha? My mule was named right where they went. Emma, yeah, Ada swing, and Martha stick. He said, but somebody else got them. I said, well, they don't make me no difference, Mr. Brown. I said, to a day payday. He said, well, come on in here. I'm going to pay you off. I went on in there. He didn't have his gun on. I went on in there, and he went on around behind the counter to where the safe was. He kneeled down at his safe. When he kneeled down at the safe, I laid that 41 across the counter, and I called him. I said, Mr. Brown, I said, now if you raise up, I said, don't come up with nothing but money. I said, because if you do, I'm going to let the hammer fall. He hit up both hands. He said, I'm getting your money. He said, every man here, wasn't now man here, but somebody in the camp had told him, wasn't supposed to go this morning. He said, but something covered their heart. He said, they didn't have guts enough. He said, they didn't have guts enough. Well, you know what he said covered their heart. He said, but they didn't have guts enough. I said, well, don't bring me nothing but money. He said, do you know what I owe you? I said, yes, sir. I know every nickel you owe me. He said, what I owe you? I said, you owe me $585. He owed me a little old box, strong box, about that long. He gave me $685. And I said, no. I said, give me $585. I said, I don't want you to say that I robbed you. He said, I'm giving you this for your guts. He said, you're the youngest man in the camp. He said, and I'm giving this $100 for your guts. He said, now, I don't want you to go back in the pit no more. I want you to stay here and ride the truck with my daughter. He said, just go get groceries and work in the commissary and go dressed up every day. His daughter was named Miss Maud. He told the career boss, he said, saddle up Maud's horse and my horse. And we rode out in the pit, and he had every wheeler, every frizzle, everything he had. You know how they used to do, let them make a ring around it.
Yeah.
Made a ring around him. He said, now, wasn't nobody supposed to go to work this morning. He said, well, nobody's supposed to go to work this morning. He said, all y'all come out. He said, now y'all can work if you wanna, or you can quit. I ain't gonna pay you 9 nickels. He said, but he said, I got to call him a man. He said, I got to call him a man. He said, because he had more guts than every one of you put together. He said, now, I done paid him. He said, y'all can quit. I ain't gonna pay you nothing.